So this week for our little video blog, we're hoping to go over some connection drills that the essence of which I picked up at doing a bunch of seminars with different instructors and kind of distilled them down into a basic drill off of Nikio. The principle is to create a connection with Uke so that you're able to continue doing the lock, continually keep the tension within his system so that he is not able to let go and you're able to affect him. The essence is starting from a cross-hand grab, you're going to want to allow him to dictate the motion. So I want to rotate around a particular point, which is the center of our conflict, right inside my wrist, and allow that to dictate. And when someone grabs, they usually are grabbing with more force kind of at the pinky and more force right at the base of the forefinger. So I'm going to want to kind of twist with that same motion so that he almost feels like nothing is happening within his hand. Allow that, the strength of his grab, to dictate the motion. And then once we get into the basic Nikio position, we want to fill his hand with my own wrist, which is slightly entering with my fingertips, expanding out my wrist, and expanding the blade edge of my hand into his forearm as well, thinking the whole time about going in towards his center. So expanding out and creating connection.
And if I can just add, the more I'm trying to hit Eric, the better connection he's going to get.
Yeah.
It's really not an unrealistic thing. If I really want to hit him, he's going to have a much easier time controlling.
The more intent behind the system, the more energy that I have to work with in this system. From here, then it's just feeling those connection points and feeling if he starts to slip off, I'm going to follow him. I can rotate around. If I feel that there's a point at which there's a lack of tension in the system, I can fill that spot. And it's almost subconscious. If I consciously think about, oh, there's a little bit of looseness there, I have to go back and fill it, it's too late and it's too much. So I almost just relax, feel that connection. At this point, I'm not trying to do Nikio. I'm actually just trying to keep the same amount of tension in the whole system. This eventually feels like it's just a cylinder of energy, of connection between us. So there is no kind of feeling of me trying to apply the lock. As soon as I try to apply the lock, then he's able to pull back and use that to kind of save himself. But if I just keep that tension throughout the system and don't give away at all. If he tries to pull away from it, right, I can follow him exactly. I have that connection. If he tries to push towards me, I just hold it, and it's more painful for him. And so as he tries to move around, if he tries to slide out of it in one way, I just follow him right around until it stops. And if he tries to come back the other way, then I can follow it and bring it back the other way. Eventually, you can do this with very little connection, physical connection between you two. And we've lost it at that time, but that's the basic principle. We're still working on it, still trying to develop it to something that is better. But that's one of the things we're working on right now. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.